Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Okay, here we go. This is a thing that we're doing. I'm just like sitting here being weird while it's uploading and updating and going live. Singing. Okay. All right, so I'm live and I'm just sitting here being weird. That's fine. It's all good. It's all good. All right, so this is another raw and uncut podcast recorded episode. And so here we go. I'm going to hit record so that I can get the audio from this. And yeah, we're going to just jump right in today. Where's the button? Here we go. There we go. So here we are. All right, today's episode. I'm gonna edit that part out. Okay, here we go. Like for real this time. Take 2,000. No, here we go. Here we go. Breathe, Sarah. It's okay. We got this. Hello and welcome back to the Martial Arts and Crafts Podcast. I am your host, Sarah Deacon, and thank you for listening today. Today's episode is called The Beauty in Everything, and I kind of like this one. I like all the episodes, especially the interviews. I have some awesome interviews coming up, so stay tuned for those. But this episode, we're going to start with talking about our superpowers. What's your superpower? And have you claimed it? So I want to know if you connect with me somehow, why don't you share it? What is one thing that you do that sets you apart from everyone else? What do your loved ones say about you when they're bragging? What is it that your friends envy about you? Do you have a certain quality that you effortlessly embody? Or do you have a way of looking at the world that only you seem to know about? Maybe something you've been cultivating within yourself that is something that maybe can't always be named. And maybe it doesn't really even matter whether anyone else notices or knows about it because it's actually just for you anyway. It just is you. What would you call it if you could give it a name? And how would you describe it? Now, I recently recognized and claimed a new superpower for myself. And I didn't really always know this about myself until I was asked this question directly. What is your superpower? Or what is something that you do that makes you unique? Or I'm not sure even how the question was phrased, but it was one of those moments where a question is asked and it just kind of hits you. And you say, oh, wow, that's a really good question. And so I thought about it for a while. And here's what I came up with. I see the beauty in everything. And to take it to the next level, I can help other people see the beauty in everything too. And this was something I hadn't ever really named before. But as I looked back, I realized that I have done this for a long time. And this is something that has been true about me and something that I always also wanted to really be true about me. I longed for it to be true. I longed to be that kind of person that can see the beauty in everything. And I thought by longing for it that I wasn't necessarily that person that could do it. But I grew up identifying as an artist. And of course, part of being an artist means seeing beauty everywhere, even in the dark and dirty places. The tricky part is that there are thousands of people out there who see the beauty in everything. I know because those are the people who inspired me, the ones that I longed and strived to be like, the ones I still strive to be like, the ones that see that beauty, and not just see it, but are able to communicate it in some way, whether it's through writing or poetry or art making, photography, something like that, making movies. Um, Even Confucius says everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. So Confucius himself, one of those people who sees beauty everywhere, who knows that it is in everything. And as a believer in God and Jesus and this almighty power who created everything, literally everything around us, if I am praising and connected with the glory of God, I have no choice but to look for it everywhere, because we are part of that divine creation. Whether you believe as I believe or not, there is something that made us who and how we are. So I'm working on telling my story, this in claiming these unique aspects of myself. I'm working on putting myself out there more, being a little more vulnerable at times. And most people are also doing something like this. Most of us are trying to not just identify who we are and how we are, but working on actually creating that better version of ourselves, creating yourself, figuring out what sets you apart from other people, and figuring out what makes you unique. And I wonder if you feel unique, because you are. But I've felt that way in the past too, where I know that I'm unique, but I haven't felt it. Even though I know that I've been created as this individual who I am right now. My experiences and my perception and my gifts are all mine alone. But when it comes to having to speak it or define it in a certain way, describe how I'm different, for example, if I have to describe that to other people who I'm trying to be different from without making them feel bad about who they are, well, I have a little trouble. Maybe you do too. So what makes my ability to see beauty unique? And what makes your ability, whatever it may be, unique? As I consider this question, I start to pay closer attention to my attitudes and my behaviors. I notice when I'm not seeing and appreciating the beauty in the world around me. I realize this, as well as some of my other attributes and abilities, comes fairly easily to me: the seeing beauty, the appreciating. So easily does this ability to see and appreciate beauty come to me that I notice when I'm not. It's not hard to notice when I'm not doing it. And I hadn't really thought much about it before, because seeing beauty and appreciating the creativity of the world, the divine creation all around me, and praising God for it, and really enjoying it and embracing it, and loving on the world, it comes easily. And that's something that's a reason we don't always think about identifying or picking out these superpowers, so to speak, because our superpowers are the things that come easily to us that don't necessarily come easily to other people. To me, the world is just beautiful. That's just how it is. And I just can't understand when people don't see it. And, so when I find myself looking at how others respond to the same things that I'm seeing, I can't know anyone's innermost thoughts, of course, but I can track behaviors, words, tone of voice, body language. And I've been noticing how difficult it seems, especially now, especially the last few years, how difficult it seems to be for some people to just appreciate the things they have, appreciate their lives, the people around them. To people like this who have this trouble appreciating things and seeing the beauty. What I do just by believing and seeing and knowing and trusting this beauty around me, what I do seems very difficult, complex, seems like a daily struggle for those who really need to be intentional and disciplined about their gratitude. Isn't that interesting? Sometimes, of course, things are objectively beautiful. You go to a museum, sightseeing, attending a performance or an art show, walking on a beach at sunrise or sunset. And these types of environments promote the appreciation of beauty, right? These environments promote the appreciation of beauty. So even the people who have trouble seeing the beauty, if they're put in those environments, well, they'll probably find something beautiful. Listening to a favorite song with nothing else pulling your focus, things like that. Other times are not so lovely. Like when your car gets a flat tire and you're late for an appointment, or when you get that diagnosis, or when your checking account is overdrawn again. When your kid makes that sound in the middle of the night that shoots you from your bed without thinking. When you slip in an icy parking lot and can hardly move your body the next day. When you find out someone lied to you. I'm sure you can think of more that are not so lovely. And I've had my share of heartache, frustration, anxiety, and disappointment. In fact, a couple of months ago, I found myself on a vacation away from my family, spiraling into the vortex of worry about some of the events unfolding at home without me. And during moments like that, it's a little bit trickier to see the beauty, even for me, to whom it comes easily. But I did, and I do, because it's a practice that I have. Even in the darkness and in the shadows, that spiral of worry, those not so lovely things of this world, stress, anxiety, sadness, grief, frustration, even there's something beautiful. And at times, these moments can be even richer than the sunsets and celebrations for their ability to overcome the body, the heart, and the mind so completely. What makes it beautiful is partially our ability to bear such things. What makes it beautiful is how fully we must love in order to be broken so completely. What makes it beautiful is that the pain never lingers in the same way for long. What makes it beautiful are the lessons we learn about who we are and how we can expand our hearts in the midst of these trials and tribulations. What makes it beautiful is how we remain free to choose. Light means nothing without the shadow. Happiness would be impossible to define without sadness. Eternity is composed of now moments. Silence has no power without the sound. Order is impossible without the contrast of chaos. It's a beautiful balance. It's both, it's and. And that's where the beauty is for me, in the and, in the nuance, in the subtle details of each separate moment and the tapestry of each one woven together with the rest into this magnificent masterpiece. So what do you think about beauty? Can you see it? Can you see it all around you? Can you see it in everything, in every object, in every circumstance, in every joy and struggle? Maybe you're like me and it comes easily. Maybe you're not and it doesn't. What if you were and it did? Have you ever considered this? to be one of your superpowers, one of your innate abilities? Have you ever considered this to be a skill you might want to learn to cultivate and develop and grow in? So if it's not this, if it's not seeing beauty in your way, just exactly how you do in everything that you see around you and everything you experience, if this isn't your superpower, what does come easily to you? What is that something that you do without thought that other people find so fascinating? I know you have it. I know you have something. I talk to people every day, and I am thrilled and inspired to learn about their passions, because it's usually involving something that started as something that came easily to them, that they enjoyed, that they learned to pursue and be in and explore and expand. So I wonder if you could name it, notice it, celebrate it, explore how it shows up and what it might be able to do for somebody else. If they could see things the way you do, if they could experience things in a similar way that you experience them, if they had a new perspective about a task that you find thrilling and fascinating, but other people would find tedious. How can you translate your enthusiasm to something that other people could explore and experience, and maybe even find that spark of passion in themselves too, for something similar or for something totally different? This is your gift. Whatever it is that's coming to mind as you're listening to this episode, as you're looking for the beauty in your own life, as you're looking for the beauty in yourself, the superpower in yourself, and learning how to identify it, how to describe it, how to communicate it, how to translate it to the world, how to express it. It's one of the many things about you that makes you entirely unique. And I know that we're here to share our gifts. I have been really enjoying doing this show, for example, and growing in my gift of communication. And I hope that it's making a difference, making an impact for those of you who are listening, which I truly, truly appreciate you listening. And I hope that you'll reach out and share, leave a comment or message, leave a review for the show on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, rate on Spotify, leave a review on Apple Podcasts, comment on YouTube. We're everywhere. I'm everywhere. I like to be easy to find. I like to be who I am and communicate myself, my gifts, my superpowers, and my struggles to all of you. So thank you for listening to this episode. If you're looking for me elsewhere on the old internet, you can find me at sarahdeacon.com for all my coaching services and opportunities. You can find information about this show at mymartialartsandcrafts.com for links to this podcast and the other artsy craftsy stuff I've got going on. My social media handles are Sarah Deacon Coach on Facebook and Instagram, and My Martial Arts, the letter N Crafts, on both those platforms as well. Yes, I am also on TikTok, My Martial Arts and Crafts, same thing over on TikTok. So you can see some of those little creative time-lapse videos that I've done. That's pretty much what I've done there. And thank you for listening again. And I look forward to speaking to you again soon. And I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Yeah, I tripped over myself a little bit there at the end. And if you watched all the way to the end on YouTube, thank you for being here. Thank you for, helping me grow my channel. Make sure to subscribe if you so choose. if you're watching on YouTube or listening on YouTube, I am trying to grow the YouTube channel so that maybe I can name it a thing, either Sarah Deacon Coach or the My Martial Arts and Crafts handles on Facebook or on YouTube. So yeah, stick with me over there and you'll see mostly these live streams of my podcast recording, and then the occasional other kinds of videos. So visit me at Sarah Deacon Coach on Facebook and Instagram, and sarahdeacon.com. I am excited about the new offers I have for my coaching practice. If you are the parent of a teenager, I would love to talk to you. So there's a way to get a hold of me on my website. And if you are a teenager, especially junior or senior in high school, getting ready to launch yourself into full adult mode, then please check out my website as well, because I do have a program specially for you that can help you get off to a good start on the right foot, however you want to call it, for wellness and well-being as you take yourself to the next level. All right. That's all I've got today on live on YouTube. So thanks for watching to the end, and don't forget to leave a like and a subscribe on the channel. Thank you much. And